Have you ever been told that being kind is always the right thing to do? That kindness will make you happy and successful? Well, what if I told you that being too kind could actually ruin your life? Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because things might not be as they seem. Let me explain how it works. First, when you're too kind, people start to take advantage of you. At first, you think they appreciate your kindness, but slowly, they begin to see your kindness as weakness. They ask for help over and over again. They borrow money and never return it. They expect you to drop everything to help them, even when it's hard for you. And what do? You say yes every single time. But here's the problem. After a while, you start to feel tired, worn out, and even a little angry. You don't want to say yes, but you do, because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Before you know it, you're helping everyone, but no one is there to help you. You've given everything and you're left with nothing. I've seen it happen again and again. People who are too kind end up being the ones people take for granted. They're always there when others need something, but when they need help, no one shows up. It's like everyone disappears. These kind people end up feeling alone and empty, just because they couldn't say no. But that's just the beginning. When you're too kind, you also stop standing up for yourself. You forget about your own dreams and goals because you're too busy helping others reach theirs. You think you're doing the right thing, but deep down, you start to wonder, what about me? What about what I want? You start to feel like you're living someone else's life, not your own. Let's not stop there. Being too kind can turn you into a pushover. When people know you'll always put their needs first, they start to take you for granted. They expect you to always agree with them, follow their plans, and never argue. And if you try to stand up for yourself, oh boy. They'll act shocked, maybe even angry, as if you've done something wrong. They'll say things like, you've changed, or you're being selfish. They'll guilt trip you until you give in, and then you're back to being their doormat. But here's where things get really interesting. Imagine this. You keep being kind, keep saying yes to everything, and before you know it, years have gone by. You've been so busy making everyone else happy that you've forgotten about your own happiness. You missed out on chances to follow your dreams, go after your goals, and live the life you want. And now it's too late. You start wondering, what if I had just said no? But by then, all you have are regrets. Now, let me tell you something even scarier. Kindness can hold you back from success. Yes, you heard me right. In this tough world, people who are too nice often get left behind. You need to be strong, take risks, and sometimes make tough choices to succeed. But when you're too kind, you're always worried about hurting others' feelings, so you play it safe. You don't take the risks you need to. You stay in the background, letting others take credit for things you worked hard on, just because you didn't want to cause a problem. You watch as other people who aren't as kind as you get the promotions, the rewards, and the success that could have been yours. And why? Because they weren't afraid to step up and say, I deserve this. But you were too kind. Still think kindness is always good? Hold on, there's more. Being too kind can stop you from being honest and real with yourself and others. You're so worried about hurting people's feelings that you don't tell them the truth. You hide your real thoughts, you keep quiet when you should speak up. And over time, people start to notice. They can tell you're not being real, and slowly they start losing trust in you. Even worse, you lose trust in yourself. You start to feel like a stranger in your own life because you've been pretending to be someone else just to keep others happy. You've been too kind for too long, and now you don't even know who you are anymore. But wait, don't panic yet. There's a way out. The solution? It's all about balance. You can be kind, but you also need to take care of yourself. That means sometimes saying no, even when it's hard. It means speaking up for yourself even if people don't like it. It means being honest, even when it feels uncomfortable. I know, it's tough. It takes practice. But trust me, it's worth it. When you start taking care of yourself, everything changes. You'll have more energy for the things that really matter to you. Your relationships will get better because people will start respecting you. And best of all, you'll finally feel like you're living your own life, not someone else's. Now let me tell you a personal story. When I was younger, I thought being kind meant always saying yes. One weekend, a friend asked me to help them move. I had my own plans, but I didn't want to disappoint them. So I canceled everything, and spent the whole weekend carrying boxes and heavy furniture. By the end, I was exhausted, my back was sore, and guess what? My friend didn't even seem that grateful. They gave me a quick thanks and went on with their life. Meanwhile, I was left feeling angry and used. That's when it hit me. I was being kind to everyone else, but not to myself. From that moment, I decided to make a change. I started saying no when I needed to. I set boundaries with people who tried to take advantage of my kindness. And I started being more honest even when it was hard. It wasn't easy. At first, I felt guilty and worried people would think I was selfish. But slowly, I started to feel better. I had more time for myself. I felt more confident. And something amazing happened. I began to attract people who respected me for who I really was. Here's the twist. Being too kind doesn't make you a better person. It makes you lose yourself. But when you learn to be kind in a way that respects you, that's when the magic happens. You get to live your life, follow your dreams, and be true to yourself. And guess what? That's the best kind of kindness there is. So if you've been too kind for your own good, it's time to take control. Say no when you need to. Set boundaries. Be honest, even if it means things might get a little uncomfortable. Trust me, it's the only way to live a happy, fulfilling life. And remember this, the world needs kind people, but it also needs people who are kind to themselves. You deserve happiness, just like everyone else. So, go out there, be kind, but don't forget to be kind to yourself first. Because when you take care of yourself, everything else falls into place. So, are you ready to take control of your life? Stop being too kind and start being kind to yourself. Trust me, it will change everything. Now here's the question I want you to think about. Are you being too kind for your own good? What's one thing you can say no to today to take care of yourself? Don't wait until it's too late. Take that step now and watch how your life gets better. You have the power to make a change.